The Pa, which is your hand, Ji, which is your forearm, Zhang, which is your elbow. We did the bongs, we did the guas. These are all using different parts of your arm and different motions. We put our hands on our hips. We'll turn. Right hand. Remember, if I'm going to my left, I'm going to the opposite. Right, so remember, this motion, this footwork is to teach us how to use hips and shoulders. And also last time I talked about how we use it as the first way to create the idea of stretching your arms out and keeping the body away. But turning the hips and shoulders is really important for basically any structure that we do. Now, I'm hardening to a certain extent, but I'm also just getting used to the pain. I'm making pain my friend. In other words, it becomes something that I'm so used to that it doesn't bother me when I'm fighting. What we're trying to condition every part of the arm that's involved in blocking and striking. In other words, when he's punching me, I can block this way, right? If you think about it though, like when the kick comes, the front kick comes, and I'm doing the parry, it's this. I can actually do it though, you'll see later. Get the hand to, go this way. So that's this part. Sometimes when he goes to hit me, I may be blocking with the thing, like he goes a hook, right? So I'm blocking this part. This is why I'm doing inside, back, out. So now we're going to do some dot sensing, which means striking 3 stars. And these are all drills designed to get us used to what happens when we're fighting, which is the impact on our arms. So, inside the arm, turning your hip and under. We come up, back of the arm, and then the outside of the arm. How many arms do we have? 2. So it's not your question. Try to kill each other at the beginning, especially. Right, notice I'm doing this way. People do this. Why? Because when you close, just like when you do when we actually block, we put the toes up, because when you tighten the muscle, it doesn't hurt as much. But for conditioning, we want to get used to the more painful, not the less painful. In practice, we may use the closed fist because it's less painful, but for training, we want to get used to the pain. So again, I'm doing this, making sure that I'm using my hips and shoulders. I'm not just going. Turn. And again, inside, back, outside. Basically every area that I use to either strike with or block with. Obviously the G, when you're jabbing and crossing, right, is the G, right? So, turn. Okay? This is for when, you're coming here and knocking it out of the way, right? Yeah. Or I'm using it, like I said, to cut this. I can do this. Right, this is G. But also, when you get used to having your arm strong and you understand the center line, this too. Right? In. Don't beat the hell out of each other. All right? So this is G. This is preparing for the G motion. But again, also look at my stance. Right? It's turn. Get used to this side stance. One moves it, right? One moves it. Get used to it. So the other things we were doing, right? Remember, was because of the cross, and I was bonging. That's what we were doing last week, right? I said, like for example, if I'm in the bar and he goes to punch me, bong, or the other one, which was the gua, which was in, right? In, and remember, I was doing this to Frank last week. Standing over the forehead because it's better than the on. But it's in. So in other words, I want to get used to this part. So let's take the side stance. Put your hands in a little bit like this. You don't really, to be honest, like we used to teach this, right? Turn, right? That's not taught it, right? Because it's a nice, dumb, easy way to get you to do it. What I found, honestly, though, is that, first of all, this is not real. This is not how I'm doing it. And you get people that fuck up their thumbs just because they're retards. I actually prefer, even though it's a little technically harder, to actually do the actual long style motion that I'm walking with. See what we're doing? Right? We'll do this with Eric. And when Eric started doing it, I started laughing hysterically. And everybody's like, why? Because it looked like Eric had found like the secret llama training manual. Right? So obviously we're not going to punch each other in the face. But you see what we're doing? Okay. And again, if I'm folded, Frank's going to knock me the fuck over. So, see? You got to learn this idea of the gong, which is one is bent, one is straight. This one's bent because I want to put the power this way. So this one's straight because I'm going to reinforce the power this way. Right? It's harder for me to do on this side because my foot's messed up. But you can see the bent one is adding to the power going this direction, and the straight one keeps you from bouncing me back. Okay, so we're doing gawk conditioning. These are gawk doctors, right? I mean, gawk striking, gawk dock. Okay, so remember, like I said, you want to make sure you're using that stance. That way you're developing that U-lick, the waist power. You're hitting the inside of the arm, hit the inside of the arm, back of the arm, outside of the arm. And again, come on kids, back, in, back, out. And again, metaphorically think about the energy going through your fingertips, not because it's really happening, but because it makes you extend your tendons, extend your fingers out, tense your fingers. So that's it. You're using the stance, the side stance. You're using the U-lick, which is the waist power. You're wheeling the body. So these are all very important basics. As you're turning, there you go. Turn. But again, extend the arm behind you. Right? So that, again, you get used to all these mechanics, right? Think about that cross pattern. Remember, the stance is east and west, and the arms are north and south. Don't kill each other now. So again, you're still using the side stance. You're still using the wheeling body. You're still using the waist power, right? And you're using that cross pattern so that your arms are north and south, and your stance is east and west. Everything you do is always the same principles. Whether you're conditioning or you're training, don't jump ahead, John. Whether you're conditioning or you're training, it's always the same concepts. And don't just think that you're doing this drill. Think about, well, I'm intercepting a punch. I'm intercepting a punch. I want to really use that forearm. Also think about that spiraling effect inside the arm. As you turn the palm to face you, you get a spiraling effect in your forearm. Okay, so this is the Bang Da, or the Bong Sao conditioning one. So especially now you should be thinking about your waist, right? Because now you're using the basic stance to do this. Now we were talking just a minute ago about how you can use the actual block, but I think this is a good way to get started at the beginning level. Right? Don't fold your elbows back. Come on, get that cross pattern. Don't try to avoid the pain. The whole point of these drills is not to avoid the pain, it's to make pain your friend. Get used to pain. So again, you're using the waist, you're wheeling the body, and you're getting used to the pain. So this is the Gok Da, meaning it's the Gok Choi, the horn strike or the hook punch conditioning. And again, you should be turning your hips. Think about that power coming from the ball of your foot, through your ankle, through your knee, through your hip, into your shoulder, and then into the punch. So you're trying to get up from the ground up. Come on, John, move your stance a little more. There you go. Remember, from the ball of your foot to the ankle, to the knee, to the hip, to the shoulder. There you go. So, again, not only are we conditioning the arms to get used to the impact, not only are we getting used to pain, but we're also using all of our basic principles. The wheeling body, the U-lick, which is the waist power, right? The Sup-G, which is the cross pattern, for all of our basic conditioning. The easiest way to do this is start with a normal position. I bring my foot in, and then I step forward. And then I come back. I bring my foot in. This is called a 5-element foot. It looks like a T upside down. Right? Really not important. It just basically means put your foot in, put your foot out, put your foot out, put your foot in, put your foot out. All right? It's a box forward if you really look at it. Right. It's not really a box forward as much as step forward, step back, step forward, step back. All right? Start first with just the lower body. Okay? So, if my left foot goes forward, your left foot should go forward. Okay. So far. Do this. Like I said, listen. This is one of my big observations about Chinese martial arts. We have so many terms for like little stances, like 5-element foot, and like all these little terminologies and all these little words and stuff. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to break up movement into static positions to break it down to teach it. Instead of saying somebody, step in, step back, step in, step back, step in, step back, they go, 5-element foot, bow stance, 5-element foot, 5-element foot, bow stance, 5-element foot. You know, it's a way to teach. Enough. Think about turning sideways, so I with my shoulder, and step in with your shoulder. Come here, shoulder. Okay? For Mr. Buddha hand. It's the shoulder, it's the calf. You're training the knee, it's a big deal. Right, you learn how to use your shoulder.
What we call it Tai Chi.
Yeah. So, it's my left foot. So I'm sorry, it's my right foot. It's my right foot, it's your right foot. And then keep on. Turn a little sideways. You see what I'm doing?